You've been watching live as we've been bringing you the funeral for fallen Kansas City, Kansas police officer Hunter Simoncic, who was killed in the line of duty. If you were just watching, you saw three people walking out following the honor guard, the pallbearers, and the casket holding flags. We believe those were his mother, his father, and his younger brother.
So many people at this ceremony. The way they put it, to watch this tragically beautiful ceremony, the way they started to describe it are humble efforts to say goodbye with honor.
You know, I think one thing, Lindsay and I taking notes throughout that so we could share some in case you're tuning in late, but I think one thing that struck me time and time again, people commenting that he was the kind of individual who made people feel seen and heard, that he had a unique gift to really make people feel valued as a person, and that this was somebody who went into law enforcement wanting to help everyone, that he truly had a heart to serve. And Lindsay, we've done too many of these.
Yes.
And too often when we do these, you hear these things about people and you think, I wish I had been privileged to know this individual. And from what we heard about him today, that couldn't be more true.
And for us to just at least get to share these little bits of his story with you. They had multiple close friends speaking, which I can imagine how difficult that must be. Saying he has a rare balance of strength and compassion, and then he left fingerprints of kindness.
Yeah, I like that. That one caught my ear as well. They talked about how goal-driven he was.
Yeah.
How anything he set his mind to, he did. And even reading his obituary just painted a picture of what an interesting individual he was beyond the badge. He grew up in a farm in Galesburg, Kansas. He was an accomplished student. He went to Pittsburgh State, where he got his bachelor's in sociology, then went and got his master's in forensic science at Oklahoma State University, and then went on to graduate from the police academy in 2023. We learned he actually wanted to be a homicide detective and eventually perhaps go on to serve with the FBI.
That was more insight, because we had known from when we first learned that he was lost that he had always wanted to serve, wanted to have a life in public service. Now we found out a little bit more exactly how he wanted to do that and how he poured everything into that, but was also far beyond the badge he wore, in the words of the chief. Volunteered in the community, was a big brother and big brothers, big sisters, read with some kiddos and Lead to Read, and just left a huge, huge impact.
Yeah, we heard Chief Carl Oakman at one point even commenting on how he shared some of his personal struggles. We learned he overcame a speech impediment, and the chief kind of alluding to the fact that he shared that with the kids too, to hopefully inspire them to overcome personal struggles they might be facing.
Yeah, powerful to be vulnerable and to help other people in the same way.